Ciao everybody, welcome to my kitchen. This is where I teach you easy recipes for everyday cooking, and today I'm going to show you how to make a stuffed chicken with mushroom and feta cheese. Not only is it great for a weeknight dinner, but it's perfect if you're looking for that dinner to entertain your family or friends. Really easy to put together. Let me teach you how to do that. Pronto? Allora andiamo a cucinare. To start, we need our sauté pan over medium-high heat. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm going to dice up in very small pieces some onion. I want to add 2 to 3 cloves of finely chopped garlic, about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. In the meantime, we're going to slice our mushrooms, and again, you want to cut these in very small pieces. Everything you want to have small because it's going to go inside the chicken, and so if the pieces are too large, they'll fall all over the place. So keep everything small. We want to dice up about 2 cups of mushrooms, which is about 8 ounces. You don't have to worry about it being exact. All right, so now we're going to add our mushroom that we've diced into small pieces. I also like to add some artichoke hearts, so I've got 4 of them. I usually kind of figure 1 artichoke heart per chicken. So there's really not a measurement on that, but that's kind of the guide that I use. Again, in small dices. So we'll add our chopped artichoke heart. I'm also going to add some sun-dried tomatoes that have been marinated in olive oil. So we're just going to let this finish cooking until all the mushrooms get soft. And while it is cooking, we're going to prepare our chicken. And so I'm using chicken breast. You could use chicken thighs if you wanted, but I'm using chicken breast. I've pat-dried them. And so the first thing we need to do is we need to cut a pocket where we can put our stuffing in. Now you'll notice on the chicken breast you've got a thinner side and a thicker side. It's the thicker side that we want to create that pocket. So I'm trying to keep it on this tray because I don't want to contaminate my cutting board since the chicken is raw. So with your knife, just kind of start cutting, and as you cut, you can just kind of open up the chicken a little bit and just keep cutting inside. And you want to make sure you don't go all the way through because we're just trying to create a pocket here. Now that our filling is cooked, I'm going to add some shredded mozzarella cheese. And I'm also going to add some feta cheese. And we just want to mix this up until it's all well incorporated. One of the things we need to do is we need to season our chicken breast. And because we're working with chicken and salt in our hands, I don't want to cross-contaminate. So I usually get a little bit of salt, and now we'll add it in a little bowl. And this way I don't have to worry about any cross-contamination of salt. And I usually throw in a little bit of pepper as well and just kind of mix that all up. What we need to do here is we need to season the outside of our chicken. Just flip them over. And then what we want to do is we also want to season the inside of all those pockets that we had just created. Now that we've seasoned our chicken breast, now we're going to fill in the cavity of the chicken breast. And when you place it, just spoon it in and then just kind of push it so it fills in the whole pocket. And just continue to do this until they're all filled. And then I will show you how to close them up. So we had a little bit left over, so I'm just going to put that in a separate bowl for right now, and I'll show you what to do with it later. I'm going to add a couple more tablespoons of olive oil to our pan, let that heat. And in the meantime, now we need to secure our chicken breasts so they don't fall apart. So using toothpicks, pull out as many toothpicks as you think you're going to use, because again, we don't want cross-contamination. And now we can start placing the toothpicks in the chicken. So I usually just come from the bottom and try to get up to the top here, just to create a bit of a seal so it doesn't open. So now that our chicken breasts are all secure, we are now going to sauté them on both sides. Now while those are sautéing, like promised, the side dish that's going to go with the chicken breast is going to be fabulous, and it's butternut squash. If you don't know how to clean a butternut squash, let me teach you how to do that. We want to cut off our top as well as our bottom. Using a vegetable peeler, we want to peel all the skin. Now that our squash is peeled, you can see there's this little bulb on the end part. We want to cut our squash right about there. Then we want to cut it in half, and we need to take these seeds out. So just using a spoon, it will come out pretty easy. Now we just want to cut into cubes, and then our top half, we just cut half long ways, and then lengthwise, and then into cubes again. And then after cooking on one side and it's golden brown, we can just go ahead and flip to brown the other side. So while that second side is browning, we're now going to take our butternut squash, You just kind of add it to our pan all around in all the holes. I'm also going to throw in some sprigs of thyme. And then just to create a little bit of steam, I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of water, and I'm going to add the lid, and we're going to let this cook until we reach an internal temperature of 165 on our chicken breast. So I did say that if you have any of the filling left over, what you can do with it. What I usually do, just about the last 5 or 10 minutes of cooking, I just place it right back in here. I'll just mix it up with the butternut squash, so it'll just get some extra filling. Okay, so now we're going to test to make sure our chicken is 165. So now that our chicken is 165, we can go ahead and plate this. All right, so you can see this was a super simple, easy recipe to make. It looks like you spend a lot of time, and it's restaurant quality food right here. If you like this recipe and want to see more, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also a thumbs up if you like this recipe. And don't forget, as always, the recipe is linked in the description below. Until next time, ciao, ci vediamo dopo.